Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. We're in Justice.
No, Chrissy did that. That's a good way to do it. I'm like, okay, let's take Valentine's. I know, like, it sounds weird, but I'm like, I don't know. In front of the TV, you guys are weird. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
April. Oh.
We got millions of presents. Can I see some of them, Allie? 6.
You guys are good parents.
5.
Okay, we'll trade you. I get to keep this one now. I get to keep this one and this one. Oh, that was mine.
One of our adventures. It's going good so far. So, yeah, we're in Justice. And Rainbow Sword! Stop it! Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, so it's going good. We're in Justice. We're in Justice and he took my wallet. So yeah, we're in Justice and it's going good. And woohoo! Kane took my wallet. Headed to the camp. Here to here.
What'd your mom say?
I have makeup. I have makeup. I have lipstick. Yes, lipstick. Just funny. Just for you.
What do you think, Levi?
Another motorhome. Yeah, it's just like our motorhome.
That does look a lot like one.
This is still a motorhome.
We're sitting in our motorhome.
It's not us. It doesn't look.
Does it say Brave on the side?
I can't see that far.
You need glasses then.
I really think he does.
I do. Hey, Lee. What?
Wow, that was a very interesting sound that just appeared out of your mouth.
Don't steal my nuts. Go, Can I have some more nuts?
And then everyone used to be peaceful when they're that age.
Can I have some more?
Squished it. Don't take that over everybody's head.
Oh, she got it.
Oh, good job, Haley.
It's alive! It's alive!
There's one more. Go put it. Go put it. Nice job, Hannah.
Uh-oh, is it
Put it in
dead?
the bigger pond.
Over there. Come and have a tail back. Drop it in.
Oh, it's alive.
Other way. You gotta go the other way, fish.
Leave it alone. It's already feeling stressed. Good morning. Kaden, good morning.
Morning.
What do you think about our announcement?
We stayed up till 12 last night playing Monopoly. Yeah.
What do you think about the announcement we had this weekend?
We having the most fun ever. No. Ever. We're having it all, baby. Yay! What now? Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Very good. I can't wait.
Hannah?
Ever. Birthday.
Kaden?
Yay.
Levi? No, that's too loud.
That is what I think.
What do you think, Emmett?
Will you have a new pal? Do you want to have a new pal? Want you have a new pal?
How do you feel about our last baby?
Excited.
Excited? Did you have fun camp out?
Yeah, it's great. Did you?
Yeah, I did. Had a good camp out.
Making our last breakfast.
Breakfast burritos. It's breakfast on our vacation.
Yay. I got a really nice one.
Uh-oh, don't show me that.
I can't wait.
She has a hole in her crotch.
I know, I told
In her jammies. Emma, are you driving us home?
I can't wait to get back home because I want to play the Nintendo Switch.
That's not happening until we clean up the RV, do our laundry, and clean the house.
Ooh.
The main chef. Smile, Ryan. He's so grumpy.
Fake.
I know. This is our little.
We're gonna use this for eat. Oh, thank
This
you.
is our little home. Show me the wildflowers you got, Haley.
You guys should see how bad I demolished them.
Monopoly.
Yeah.
I got second
Every
place.
property on the
I don't know how Levi got second.
Gosh.
He like had no properties, but he just kept landing on community chest and getting safe and getting $100. It wasn't like pay. It was like you get $100.
And then he had like $3 left and landed on a free parking.
Yeah. We cleaned up the trash from our camp. We still have to get. Okay, shh. We still have to get our shovel and stroller.
I saved myself when Kane was about to go out by giving him my red properties.
That I had to surrender because I couldn't pay.
He lost.
It was like 1 o'clock, so
now that you've seen our pregnancy announcement, I wanted to share a little bit about this pregnancy and some of the events leading up to this pregnancy to give you a little idea, a little peek into our personal lives. Normally I just make videos about our cute little farm and everything like that, but this channel is also a little bit about our personal lives and our personal beliefs as well. So I wanted to just give a little insight to our life really fast. I have been pretty sick. I'm 9 weeks along. I've been pretty sick. Some days I feel totally fine, but some days I'm pretty sick. And I think some of that is hormones, but I think a lot of it has to do with feeling nervous that I'll lose this baby because of our previous miscarriage this year, which I will get into more detail on that. But right now I'm going to talk about this pregnancy. So I feel super lucky and blessed to be able to be pregnant again. And after the miscarriage, the doctor in fact told me, you can get pregnant right away, you're healthy, you guys can try again. And I just felt really nervous. I didn't want to try again. I thought, how could anyone go through that again? Like, how could you risk trying again because you might go through that again? And it was really hard for me. And so we didn't try for a couple of months. And then I kept feeling like someone is missing and we have to finish having our family. And so for a couple of months we even talked about adoption because I felt like there was one more spirit. So something we believe is that there are spirits waiting to come to earth, to get their chance to come to earth and prove themselves as a person and prove themselves in God's eyes. So that's just something we believe. And I've felt a great responsibility up until this point to bring kids into the world, to bring children to this earth. And because there's nothing wrong with me physically, like I felt like all of my pregnancies, my first 5, were perfectly normal, perfectly healthy, no problems. Like for my last pregnancy, I only went to the doctor like 2 to 3 times during that whole pregnancy. It really wasn't a scare or a big deal for me. Pregnancy was just a natural part of life, and until having a miscarriage, I didn't understand the pain of loss and the worry that comes with loss. And so I definitely took pregnancy for granted. And so anyway, I just felt this great responsibility, and our first 4 babies came really fast to our family. We had them all 18 months apart, so I had my first 4 babies in like 4.5 years. And so it was pretty crazy and chaotic. And I also struggled with bouts of postpartum depression during that time. And it was very stressful. And before ever getting married, I wanted to have a big family. It was something that I wanted. I really, really wanted a big family. But when you start having babies and you start going through things that you didn't anticipate, I didn't ever anticipate getting depressed. I didn't anticipate feeling trapped in my situation. And not that my situation was bad, it was just what depression did to me. It made me feel very trapped and like I had no options. I was just going to be a mom forever. And so after going through that, we had 4, and we had 2 boys and 2 girls, and it seems like the perfect family, right? 2 boys and 2 girls is such a cute family. It's perfect. Like, it's perfectly symmetrical. And I got 2 boys in a row and 2 girls in a row, so they got to be buddies, and it was just really a nice mix. But I distinctly remember bringing Hannah home from the hospital, and we drove into the driveway, and I had this feeling that someone was missing. And it was like so much that it felt like we had left one of our kids at a gas station or something. And so I look back in the back and I panicked, and I'm like, is everybody here? And I'm looking, there's Caden, Levi, Haley, and Hannah. They're all Hannah's little newborn, and they're all just looking up at me like, yeah, we're all here. What's wrong, Mom? And so I remember in that moment looking up at the sky, okay, I'm not done. Heavenly Father, I'll listen to you. I'm not done having babies. And so, but I did say I have to wait. I can't have another baby right away. So we did I got an IUD, and then that was a terrible, terrible thing. I almost died from it. And then I got the other kind of birth control that you get in your arm, and then that started making me go crazy. And so birth control is just not for me. I've tried many different forms, and we found that natural family planning works best for us, just tracking my ovulation and all of that. So, and I'm very regular, like even after the miscarriage, it was 30 days and I had my period. Like I'm a very regular person. Ever since I've hit puberty, I've always had very regular cycles. They just come, and I can always depend on Aunt Flo to visit me at the end of the month or beginning of the month, whatever cycle I'm on. But anyway, so at that point I started to really pray and ponder and wonder just how many spirits were to be in our family, because I felt a little bit defeated, like, okay, how many are we supposed to have? Because 4 feels like a lot right now. And so we waited, and it was 4 years later, and we had Emmett. And my pregnancy with Emmett was so easy. I didn't throw up, I didn't get sick. It was just very easy. And I felt very grateful to have this one pregnancy, because my pregnancies are normally, they're not difficult physically, but they're difficult that I get very sick and I feel mentally down. And so that's where pregnancy is hard for me. I don't have like physical restrictions or anything like that, but I get pretty sick, and I try not to complain about it because I don't believe in taking any kind of medications when I'm pregnant. I know that there's lots of nausea medications readily available for pregnant women, but I just choose to go the natural route and just muddle through, and that's my personal choice. I know lots of people might have different opinions on that, but for me, I just feel more comfortable not taking any medicine when I'm pregnant. I don't even take Tylenol or ibuprofen. Like if I have a headache, I just drink more water or go lay down. So I'm just really, really cautious about what I put in my body during pregnancy. And so I say that, but I do eat junk food, and so I try not to eat too much junk food during pregnancy. Like I don't drink soda during pregnancy. And so anyway, and we're actually trying to quit soda altogether as a family. So anyway, back to Emmett was like such an easy pregnancy, and I had never experienced that before. And I thought, okay, so during that pregnancy, I really started praying, how many kids do you want us to have, Heavenly Father? And during that pregnancy, I got the answer that I was supposed to have 2 more after Emmett. So that would give us a total of 7 kids. And so after Emmett, we actually didn't prevent. We just said whatever God plans is what, like whenever he wants to send our next baby, we're ready. We know we're supposed to have 2 more. And so we got pregnant pretty quickly. It was January this year, and we were going to be due in October, so right now we're in September. So I'm coming up to my due date with the baby that we lost in March, and it was almost April. So I was pregnant for 11 weeks with this baby, and everything seemed to go well, but at 11 weeks I started bleeding, and I actually had a miscarriage, and this was my first time to experience miscarriage. And a lot of it I have felt very guilty about, and like I wasn't very careful because, like I said, I've never really put restrictions on myself during pregnancy. I always would lift feed bags and hay, and I would always just do my regular routine. And with this pregnancy, I even flew on an airplane, and I remember feeling like I didn't want to go through the x-ray machine, but they made me, like they forced me because I don't know, they thought I was a terrorist or something. And I was happy to go on the trip to Louisiana, and I wouldn't trade that trip. It was really fun, but it does make me wonder. I did go through an x-ray machine, and you know, if you're getting x-rayed at the doctor, they make you sign all these kind of papers saying I'm not pregnant, and I was pregnant, and I felt really nervous that I went through that. And then a week later I did miscarry. So there's been a lot of things that I did during that pregnancy that I would do differently this time, because who knows, maybe it was the x-ray machine that caused it, you know. And it probably wasn't, because I'm going to be a little graphic. Our baby was deformed and it wasn't forming correctly. So whether it was an external factor or an internal factor, you know, I didn't get the baby genetic tested. Now that I've gone through that, I would definitely take the baby's remains to get them tested. I just didn't know. When you're having your first miscarriage, you don't really know what to do. It's very shocking and stressful, and ours happened in the middle of the night, and it was like, you just don't really know what to do when that's happening. And so I've heard of lots of different people handling it different ways, but for us, we just, you know, we buried our baby's remains, and we said our goodbyes, and we did name our baby. We named our baby Skylar. And so that was where I'm coming from. That happened in March 28th was when we lost our baby. And like I said, I didn't want to get pregnant again right away, so we didn't. And then these past couple of months, I've been feeling like, well, we know there's one more for us, so let's go ahead and try. Sorry, this video is a little shaky. My arm is getting tired. So we started trying but not trying. And I say that because every month I would feel so defeated because we didn't get pregnant, and we didn't get pregnant, we didn't get pregnant. And I felt like, well, maybe my body's just done having pregnancy. So then I actually had a really good conversation with a friend about the baby that we lost. And after I had that, and I let go of some of my guilt, and I let go of some of my anxieties, that month we found out that we were pregnant. And so it all works out for the good. So this current pregnancy, I am due in April. And I don't like to go off exact dates because I think that babies can come whenever they want to come, 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. I'm not really big on the baby is due on this date and it will come on this date, because in my experience, the only one of my kids that came on their due date was my daughter, and she was born exactly 40 weeks, and she was born exactly on her due date, which was August 8th. And that just had never happened to me before. My boys were born 2 weeks early. Not late. I've never gone over. I'm so sorry for anyone who's gone over 40 weeks. I don't think I could handle that. But my boys were born 2 weeks early. Caden was almost 3 weeks early. And he was actually an induction that I didn't really approve of. The doctor stripped my membrane, and I didn't even know what that meant. And so after going through that, I decided I would never have an induction again. And so I just let my babies come when they come. And most of my babies are born around 39 weeks. But Haley was 40 weeks, and Emmett was almost 40 weeks as well. But anyway, so I know that medical advances are good, but I also have this hesitancy because I feel like it's important to let the baby come, and I feel like it's important to let nature. I have a really strong belief in our natural bodies and the natural way of things, not having interventions unless they're necessary, which I know there are some times that they are necessary, but this time around with this pregnancy, I have been having more doubts because of the miscarriage. Like, well, the natural order didn't work out last time, you know? And so I think that's where part of me feeling nervous to do much and feel it's adding to me feeling a little more sick. So, and when I am feeling really sick, which I'll put in a clip, I took a video yesterday of I was just feeling really bad. I'll put in that clip right now. So you can see that's how I've been feeling a lot of the time, and it's just really hard to get in front of the camera when you don't feel good. And I apologize for that because there were a lot of things I had planned for this fall to be showing with our harvest and with the ducklings growing so quickly, and I'm so happy so many of them hatched. But there's just a lot of things that I have not been able to film because I'm sort of just hanging in there and doing the bare minimum. So this pregnancy is going well, but like I said, I am feeling sick, and like I said, there's a couple different factors to that. You know, some of it is fear, which I hate to be afraid because I've never been afraid during pregnancy. It's not something that I've ever experienced. But after experiencing pregnancy loss, it feels a little different than my first 5 pregnancies. And so I consider this to be my 7th baby because I feel like my 6th baby is in heaven, and I feel like we will see that baby again. So there's a little backstory on our beliefs and how this year went for us, how this pregnancy is going. Here's a life update. This will go in the life update album. So another part of this channel, like I mentioned, is just kind of like an online journal documenting my life and my kids' life, and for them to be able to look back and, hey, that was happening when I was, 6 and 7, and how things were going. So just letting you in on our life. I know another channel calls it living in a glass house. And so I guess that's kind of what we're doing. Just sharing our life with the world. And whoever wants to watch it, I mean, we don't have that many subscribers yet. But whoever wants to watch these videos, we welcome you. And I am sorry, my goal was to put up 5 videos a week this year, and the past 2 weeks I've only gotten 1 video up per week. And so I apologize about that, because I'm more apologizing to myself because I'm not getting my goals that I originally had planned for myself, but also apologizing to you. I have to show you the ducklings. They're so cute. They're wandering through this tall grass and weeds. They grew so fast. And we had decided to keep all of them. I couldn't get rid of any of them. They were too cute. So anyway, that's our life update. I'm super excited. I have definitely been feeling a lot more nervous. I've been to the doctor twice. Everything seems to be going well. We did get an ultrasound, and the baby looks to be developing normally and correctly. So that was comforting, but still, I'm only 9 weeks, and we lost the baby at 11 weeks. The other baby at 11 weeks. And so it makes me nervous. I just want to get past 11 weeks, I guess. So anyway, I will talk to you all later. Welcome. If this is your first video that you're seeing of ours, welcome to our channel. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, we want to give you our thank you. We appreciate it. And I will talk to you later. Bye.